Roche. Welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be looking at some Shieldwall. Mainly this deck is going to center around the recently buffed Temerian Infantry right here. These guys, they're able to boost another unit by how many charges you have of your leader ability remaining. So sort of the idea with a type of deck like this is you want to build a bunch of other cards around it that don't require the actual leader ability on them during earlier rounds. You generally want something that pays off all the leader charges all at once right at the end. So there's really only two ways of doing that with NR, because you want to pick a leader that has 3 charges, right? Because that's the highest number of charges you can start with, and that's what's gonna lead to their boost on these cards. So you have to either pick Shieldwall or you have to pick Stockpile, and I had built both versions. You know, basically you're thinking about what's the payoff at the end. Well, in Shieldwall, it's Roegner, which is pretty simple, right? He's just an 8 provision card, and you just play him last say. You can use all the charges at once, all 5 of them, and he actually draws for 19 points for just 8 provisions. So that's quite a huge finisher. He turns your leader charges into 5 points each. When you have 5 of those, it's 25 on there, so it's a 29 point play at the end of the game, which is really good as compared to Hensel, the Stockpile version, where you basically take Henselt into a full test's pride for the last say. However, you know, this card, Stockpile itself, is 1 provision less, so it's only 15 instead of 16, and then Henselt plus a full test pride's already 8 provisions, which is equal to Roegner. So you're putting a whole nother 13 provision, or you could count this as 14 provisions because of the leader difference. You're essentially having to slot a 14 provision card into your deck just to get the finisher. And granted, the finisher is better as you'd expect it to be, but it's not better enough. It's only about 10 points better, and so I really think that Shieldwall is really the only way to go to build around this deck, because otherwise you're just sacrificing too much power in round 1 and 2, and that's what really matter, is getting to the chance to even use the finisher, because if the finisher gets bled out of you in round 2, you don't have anything left. Your deck is completely useless. So let's just dive into it. I found that the best way to go about this is to use this Lady of the Lake Echo package. Obviously, you always want to play this card in NR, so it's always going to go in the deck anyway. It's just a matter of how are you going to tutor it. Well, we also really do need to tutor our high-end cards. We need to tutor Radovid out early, and due to that, we're just going to run a Nero Lady combo, because this gives us 3 different ways to find Radovid, and that's really what we want. You have to find this card early in the game, because you want to be able to get those charges off, or else your infantries, you can't even play them for anything. You don't have the value off of them until you've played this card already, so it's a priority to get down. That's basically the way the deck works. What we're going to do is we have these 2 siege supports, so generally, like how you start your rounds, so we got Siege Masters and Carrack Frigates. You do only have 2 Carrack Frigates, so you don't want to just like spend these if you haven't drawn your Siege Masters. So be a little bit careful with this, obviously. You know, you might want to hold off. You don't want to spend at least the second one until round 3 if you haven't drawn these cards. But generally, you're going to lead the round with Carrack Frigate and just get this going, because it just has a lot of good point potential. This card is going to spawn a bunch of small bodies for you to boost with the infantry. So that way, because this card's going to be boosting by 10 if you do get off both charges from Radovid, so you really want to be able to boost smaller units. So that's another little aspect of the pieces that we put together for the deck. But Carrack Frigate is just a very good value card. It's got 5 for 6. It synergizes with a couple of the different warfare cards that we're going to play, and gives you a bunch of volunteers while it's playing for good points on its own. And generally, you're going to play this in the ranged row. Make sure to do that. You'll see why later. I'm going to play another ranged row, and you will just spawn volunteers, and you'll be able to target those smaller units with your infantry, so that you don't play too hard into like Tall Punish, like Spores, text like that. Some of the other cards, I guess we'll go top down. I already explained a little the Echo package. Everybody knows this card. We are running a Heat Wave. Now, I wasn't running this before, but it's when you don't have a deck with much control, Heat Wave can prevent you from losing. I won't say it wins the game, but it can prevent you from losing to certain strategies or a certain threat. For instance, like playing Self Wound. If you don't have this card, like the Sigvald and the Nut can just beat you by themselves, whereas this can interrupt that very effectively. It can interrupt a lot of greedy combos that would otherwise just cost you the game. The other consideration to put in this 10-piece slot, which I had beforehand, is Triss Telekinesis. So Triss Telekinesis is going to be incredibly strong in this deck, because we would actually, if you want to go full greed with it, you cut Bolt, just run no control. But I don't think that's worth it for most people. I think that would be maybe something you would do if you're playing this like to a high level. I don't know if the deck's even capable of playing to a high MMR, but yeah, you don't really want to run just no control because you'll lose because of that. But Triss is an incredibly powerful consideration onto casting contest, because this card is actually playing 15 for 5. So, I mean, that makes Triss a 19 for 10, which is really good. Super powerful, but unfortunately we just don't. We need at least one tool to like answer something that's like a King Crom or certain decks that you play against. This always gets value, so sometimes it's worth more than 19. So we're just gonna run it. But if you want to be greedy, you can run Triss TK instead. We have Adalia. Obviously, she is going to spawn you another one that and shield it, which is incredibly important in this deck. The fact that she gives it a shield actually helps a lot, because your opponent is going to see them and they're always just going to try and remove every Temerian infantry you play. And so her giving the infantry a shield honestly is enormous in a lot of matchups, like warriors that can't do ping damage, but they do a lot of instances of damage. It makes it harder for them to just kill it in a turn, and if you can have it stick for a turn, then you can get these casting contests off. And these are really what your win condition is going to be, is actually getting casting contests off onto the infantries, because if these get denied, your deck it loses a ton of its point potential. So she's really great. She also gives a small body. She's just the 3, so she's awesome proactive play onto the Temerian infantries, especially like in a short round or just opening up like a round 2 push, because you can immediately boost her up and she goes to 13. So it's just, she's very good. 16 for 10, but she creates a Temerian infantry for you, so she like her base floor is 16 for 10, and then she's also like enabling the rest of your deck, so super powerful and has to be included. Roegner is our big finisher, right? He's cheap, just 8 provisions, and yeah, he once you have those 5 charges, you try to stay last say, and he enables this. If you have 5 charges left for last say, he'll enable a 29-point play at the end of the end, which is super strong and should win you. Lady of the Lake, 3 power for 8 provisions. She's just really good to include in this deck, especially since you need an Nero, you need AA, so very good inclusion. Necromancy, this card is just worth it. Yes, it's 7 provisions, but like I said, you need to get these casting contests up. So you want to be able to bring Temerian infantries back from the grave in the event that you've had to spend them in round 1 and 2, and say it's round 3. This is another way, and say you still have a casting contest left, get the Temerian infantry back to the board. So very important card to have. Reinforcements is also just good. So Warfare Tag gives you another infantry, so you're looking to play it for 13 for 6, and it also triggers resupply on the frigate, which is great. We have one-off boiling oil. There's a few cards to consider here. I had Dwimviandra in here before for the Flotsam. that is a consideration, but it's a little bit, could be a little bit greedy, because sometimes this gets answered, but and it's good to just have at least one instance of 5 removal. Usually that gets very good value into something like ethereal, you could imagine, or even just like in a short round 3 killing like an Oxenford guard or something like that is can be really change the game. But you know, there are other considerations as well. I've even highly considered playing Ronvid. I think Ronvid would be quite good. It's not even a for revenants, surprisingly, but I think this card would be good in the deck. It's just, it's really tight. The choices here, they're really tight, and I think he would be good because you know, you play an infantry and you can immediately have something to boost. That's only 1 power, and if they choose to kill it, he comes back. So he's a good, you know, you could consider him over the oil, but I think we're gonna stick with oil for now. Siege Masters, these are just great thinning cards. They give cooldown. They're also small bodies, again, to boost with Temerian Infantry, so they're too good not to include here with these frigates. Creating crew for the frigate, and this combo is just synergizes really nice with this overall plan. Then we have siege supports. Generally, these are just going to give zeal to your Radovid. So in round 1, you're going to try and set up a siege support. Its cooldown also is a little bit better onto these frigates too. If you play this card front row to refresh the cooldown on the carrier frigate, this plays for actually 2 points instead of just 1. And then it can give the zeal so that you get it off the Radovid and you get both charges. So essentially, it just gives your opponent more things they have to answer in order to interrupt you from getting 5 charges, which is the plan here. We've got PFIs here. Now this card is just like 6 for 4, and the second one is, you know, it is 9 for 4, which is pretty decent, but you know, generally you aren't even really looking to play these cards too much, although they will help you out if you're in a position where maybe you don't have your Carrick frigates in that round. Just giving you small bodies to boost, right? You need targets for this card at the end of the day. Like, you have to be able to do something nice with it. And certain decks are going to try and remove pretty much everything you play. So these really help giving you small bodies to boost up. Then we have just some of these tech choices. I like having a one-off envoy on this deck. I would not cut this card. It's really good to have, especially if you're missing cards. Like, for instance, you have to draw a way to get this card, and you know that it's a small possibility, but it's maybe around like 10% or so. I don't know the exact math. Where your opening hand, you have no way of getting Radovid. You'd be missing Lady of the Lake, Radovid, and a Neuromancy. And in those cases, you know, say you do have access to Assault, or you have this card, at least that opens up your range of opportunity to get one of these to hand, and you can play the Envoy first, and then you can actually draw the other card to hand by playing the Carrick Frigate afterwards. So say you're missing this combo, you can lead with this Envoy and start looking for one of them, because all you have to do is find one of these 3. So it gives you another shot at it, right? You just gotta find Lady, Anira, or the Radovid. You bring it to the top of your deck, and then you play your frigate, and the Siege Master will draw the card for you. So it just gives you another opportunity to increase those odds of you finding what you need, and can save you from essentially just losing by not having that round 1. Pillar is mainly to deal with poisons, but also this card can really come in handy for like things like defenders, because you do have a heat wave. So you might run into decks that are like a lot of monsters decks, you know, they play like defender and then try to just multiply some other card. The Peller will purify the defender, and then you can heat wave the other thing. And heat wave is tutorable, right, in this deck, because you have Lady and Nero, so you can tutor the heat wave. But I like Peller. Also, he's really good. Since you are boosting cards up pretty high, poisons can get a lot of value, especially from Syndicate. So your Peller can really help out with that. Also, just, you know, with locks or whatever, if they lock, somehow they're locking stuff like your frigate, you can purify it. It's generally, I think, just getting really good value in this meta, so I like it. But you could put maybe Squirrel instead, but I think Peller's a little bit better, right? So yeah, that's the deck. Next, I guess let's just jump into some games with it and let's see how it performs.
The morrow shall bring a better day.
Okay, looks like we're up against a mirror here. I don't think we need Roegner here. We're gonna get rid of him here. I think we'll get rid of one of these siege supports as well. Shieldwall with an engineering solution. Okay. Immortals. Okay.
No faces.
Interesting.
Hearts.
Just lead Carrot Frigate. We did draw Adalia, which is really nice, and we have a Temerian Infantry in hand. I think this is a pretty good hand. I mean, we do have some 4-piece sprinkled in here that we don't really need or don't really want to play these, but I'd say overall it's still a pretty good hand. Let's click here and go here. Guess we'll just spawn these now. This frigate has played for a lot of points already, right? There's a Revenant. Okay.
We retreat! We hide! Survive the sight!
Interesting, okay. Here, we'll take this.
Do not test my patience.
We can consider taking Lady into Nero. Nero.
Remember Sintra!
My lady, your elegance does draw jealous eyes.
Nero 4. And a Nero for boiling oil. Kill the Revenant. I don't know how he really sets these up too much. He can kill his own secret services. It's kind of fine. We could purify this card, which is not bad. It's also pretty non-committal.
Parting spirit, what need you to flee this world ever free?
If it gets a leader charge out of him, we're pretty happy.
Huh? What is it?
Oh, wow, yeah, it does. It's good. Okay. We just need to consider how much reach we have. We could heatwave this Immortals, but I think it's already a little late to do that. It's already gotten too much value. Maybe we should have considered just heatwaving it off the bat. That might have been a better move. In hindsight, honestly. Let's play through some points. Kind of let it go for a little too long there. We play Adalia here, but it's quite committal. I think I'm gonna do it, because I think we have to keep going.
My great-granddaughter will do great things.
Come to Pappy!
Yeah, we're not too far behind, so let's start doing this and play these points out. But yeah, maybe we should just... We're getting into the sunk cost thing, you know? Just heatwave the card and... Should probably just heatwave it.
Welcome back, Geralt of Rivia.
Could have done it first, but we'll do it now.
For the king!
He gives up the death blow on this. Interesting. Let's take this while we have it here. Selkirk.
Stand and fight, cowards!
This looks like it's GN.
We retreat behind!
Guess that's the
From
only
under the
problem I
fence!
have here. Now we can trade. We've managed to shorten the round pretty well. I think it's okay. Yeah. I guess the mistake was just not taking the heat wave on the immortals and committing to going deep into this round. So I think we should have done that much earlier. It would have prevented a lot of the points on the sorceresses that he got. Get rid of one of these. It's actually pretty good. Get rid of this as well. Unfortunately, we're not drawing too well here. Could use the Nero, but then we don't know what we're gonna miss here. I think it's better just to play the envoy here.
No
Trying to get
horse
something
races.
good.
Wanted the exercise,
Man,
has
this
it?
is bad, huh? Pretty bad. Guess I do want this card. Guess we just sort of have to hope that we can draw some stuff. We've been really, really unlucky. In round 2, those round 2 draws were really bad. This one's a bit better. Okay, it's a good start. Not so good. Not so good again. Missing Roegner here. Guess we could AA for him. Missing the reinforcements too. We should, you know, our thinning wise, we should be able to play all these. If we drew this, we'd be able to just have these 3 in deck, these 3 4 provisions, and then we'd be feeling pretty good. I think we still play this back row. It's gonna be hard to find a soldier for it, but I think that's still what we do. We don't want to clog the front row. We could also potentially take a soldier off of a Flotsam, because we're going to Nero for the Flotsam, so... Oh, that's pretty gnarly. Oh, wow. We find a Temerian Infantry here. It's pretty great. We're actually gonna take this. I don't think he has double punish. It should be devotion. Or no, it could be GN still, right? But yeah, then it shouldn't have double punish either. Okay, yeah. He's just gonna kill all of these all day. Kill that now. Just gonna be a bit too much of a problem, I think. Wow, there's another one. Oh, that's just nice. So he's just going to kill everything before it, unfortunately.
For Temeria!
I don't think we're going to get this casting contest off. So this is the main downside of the deck, right? They can set up engines. You don't have much in terms of yeah, your ability to interact with stuff. I don't know why they're not locking the frigate here. I mean, it's not correct to not lock the frigate. You should.
Come to pass!
There's the Baron. Okay, I'm just gonna range at the Baron, yeah. To be expected. Baron's gonna get enormous value. Probably lose the game here. I gotta greed this. I really can't do that anymore. Maybe we just AA instead for PFI or something. Instead of the Roegner. We could take a siege support, maybe.
Salutations.
I was thinking there would be a leave in this deck here. It's on saves. Let me kill this one. Why not kill this card here? I don't understand not locking or killing frigate. Yeah, we lose pretty hard here. But our opponent's really playing bad. So that can be a big bonus. He's used his tall punishes for no reason really in the game. Now he might not have an extra instance of damage. I'm still gonna shield this though. I'd like to get this casting contest off on him. I think we actually might have a chance if we do. Yeah. Okay. And these yeah, opponent throws very hard there, but we find a way to win. So it's very good. Shows the power, the point output of it, even with no Roegner there. Nilfgaard tactical decision.
This become a second Sidon.
Is it 15 card? I think it's 15. I always check the deck whenever I play this. So we do have this combo in hand, right? With the infantry, we've got a one of these guys. Let's get rid of PFI and oil here. Not on board. Okay, I was hoping to find. I was really hoping to find like a well, something better. Something better, honestly. We'll see what happens here. Just hoping to find a siege master.
Have only 3 agents on her at all times.
for it, Nova. Is he full Clog? He's full Clog. Yeah, full Clog deck. Why put that there, though? Yeah, that's like thinning in points for him. But yeah, it's a full Clog. So do we even play a siege support? So how does he answer this? You can only lock it.
Do not test my patience.
I mean, he can coded weapons it if he wants to. So I'm actually gonna, like, if he wants a coded weapons it, that'd be great for us. He's not gonna, though.
For the Emperor!
Yeah, they don't, he's not gonna be playing, like, random assassinations or anything. I don't think so. He's just trying to clog us, but we already have an hero, so should be okay here. Now, we could play this card. I don't really think we want to.
My great-granddaughter will do.
Come to Papas!
Just play good cards, right? Because once we do play any 4 Pure Vision Bronze, that gives him a target for his Viper. What are they called? The Viper Witchers that give 2 bleed. And they spawn it. They top clog you. I like to avoid top clog for sure. Yeah, and he's giving us more Temerian Infantry. So that's pretty awesome. We will take that. Thank you. Just play out these casting contests and it should be able to win us the round. He's not GN, but he could be a defender. Colgrim. Defender double Colgrim. We don't wanna give up the round here.
No stench foul than fresh, well charred.
Okay. Can we give us even more turns? It's really great.
Gods.
Very nice of him. If we even AA this drone is gonna be big, but a toxicologist something. He doesn't get any value off of these. By quite a lot in his things getting close there. I mean, he committed the leader and everything, but doesn't have too many points. He's gonna what top clog us with these.
It's mocking me, I can tell.
He's back 22 points. Play this too. He's gonna give us the Infantry. Okay, it's fine with me. You do get the sunset out as well. He's still way back. Pass here. Should win this one. But yeah, this just shows the tempo of these cards. I mean, look at the tempo pass we generated. We have a 20-point tempo pass. While he's on 4 cards. So, doubt he can make this. Give us that was no points. I don't know how that's going to get him there. His idea is he's going to play defender, Colgrim.
We all make sacrifices. The Empire falls.
Yeah, he's just giving us points, so very nice. And this was what you know, the consideration with the heat wave is making it worth it, and the Peller tech that I talked about earlier in the deck description. You know, you see a matchup like this, and this is the reason why, because, you know, if we did play all the way in, you know, we'd be losing, but here, you know, he just doesn't have enough points to get out of the round at all. So I guess it doesn't really matter, but in the event that he did, so he did have a boo hurt that he played earlier, and he was able to actually get points off the false Fury, then the false Fury would have been able to get him there. But yeah, he misses boo hurt, I guess, and plays a little past where he should have stopped. He probably should have stopped and preserved his sunset in hand and then lived to fight another round. But yeah, the tempo pass there is just a little too devastating and get the win. But we have the tools to just delete the Colgrim as well, because we're going to save Peller for Defender, and then just heat wave the Colgrim, then it's gone. There's no worry about Renew, there's no worry about Letho. It would just be gone, and we would win that way as well. Okay, so this should be the hard challenge. This is the deck of the month. This is the deck of the month, right? It's already shaping up to be that way quite early in the season. We'll keep the Peller here. We don't really need Envoy, we do have access. Through Lady into Europe, we have access to granted, we could have kept the Envoy. I'd rather have the Envoy probably than a second siege support, but it's fine. Because the Envoy can make sure, since we have Adalia, right? So Adalia doesn't quite affect the Temerian Infantry in hand, so we're gonna heat wave in this matchup. I think we just heat wave the Ale if he plays it. Go over the Getty. Yeah.
I'm an officer and a gentleman.
Okay, this is a brick. Pretty unfortunate, right? We're missing playable cards in our hand. These both can't be played. And this second one is pretty useless, and Flotsam can't be played, so yeah, it's not the best. Not the best hand at all. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do with it. I might even endure this Envoy. Sure.
The realm of the living severs your chain. Abandon now your mortal stain.
Do this. Make him have to lock something again. Make him play one of the druids to lock it.
This will make for a fine
Sure,
poison.
it's fine.
Uh-oh. Trouble approaches.
At least he doesn't have another shackles in hand. He's played 2. He should have 4 shackles. He can play the other one and then play another druid onto it. This deck can actually play up to 5 shackles if it needs to.
I can help you if you wish.
He's going to fail from Onion. Hopefully he doesn't get 18 game winning. It's another lock. I mean, we've turned Alchemy into a deck with more locks than the most locked Nilfgaard decks, so it definitely won't last more than a month, but at least that's good. It'll be fun for this month to play around with, I guess, but yeah. Don't think it's gonna stay. He lets us get the round here very cheaply. We get off our out of it. Looks good. Get a good bleed going in here. Quite nice. I'd like to bleed him into a short round. The problem is with Alchemy is what do we actually heat wave? I think we just heat wave the truffle. I think the truffle's usually a better heat wave target. But honestly, oil worth it. We did draw infantry, which is good. I'd like some maybe Siege Master or one of these cards probably. Oil does answer Preacher. It's pretty good for the push. To a creature. We're gonna get rid of Roegner. We're not playing Roegner this round, so we're just gonna hope to draw back into him. I mean, we always have a second AA to get him back. It's another nice thing about Roegner. It's only 8p, so your finisher you don't have to keep in your hand. You can use AA on him if you have to. But yeah, we're definitely gonna play AA in this round. It's just a matter for what. Yeah, just a matter of for what. Alright, we can take this into the other infantry. Even, it's kind of be okay. Let's just lead with this Flotsam, I think, here. Put this range straight. Yeah, let's take a front row. Okay. Carrick City Guard here.
Griffin's on the bench now. You did.
It's also nice you can't lock this, the veil on it. he plays nicely into our Carrick City Guard. But I think we just take the oil on this because we really don't want to be. Yeah, we could just move it. Just trade. Kind of like that better. Save the oil for
Come to Pappy.
save the oil for another day. Play this big Adalia here and try and get some commitment out of him. We'll be playing Turtle. Like, do we heatwave this? Do we heatwave this? Wow.
Hear your feathers whisper.
Sure. Huh. That's interesting. Took a auction to answer one of those. That's the thing too, you know, people just, they play everything they can to answer this card. They do anything they can to. You know, it can be quite annoying. But, you know, in a lot of situations, it is the right move to do. So you're trying to deny this powerful card. Now, what do we play here? Get AA one of them? I think that's what I'm gonna go for.
Welcome back, Geralt of Rivia.
I don't want to die.
So this is gonna at least keep him from being able to kill with his leader, though. Him committing leader would be too bad either. Who's the turtle? Okay, he's gonna take the turtle here too. That turtle appears to be our heat wave. Although maybe we should have just heat waved the Turtle in hindsight, so he can still reset it. So that's a pretty big mistake. I wonder if that'll cost us the game or not. But yes, absolutely, we should have been picking that up. Let's take this Necro, I think. Guess we always have the Necro. It's like, do we play this though? Force him to click, right? Or to use leader?
For Temeria!
Just keep going. This order isn't so good on anything other than the turtle. But, yeah, we should have heat-waved it right away. It's a pretty big mistake there. And I think we just
Equally in heart and mind.
yeah, we just passed into this Getty. Uses his click. Just gotta do save our Flotsam click. We'll be able to get it off, so.
We serve her who is burden, mother, and clone.
Could be worth a lot. Looks like he's going card down. This doesn't get ahead either. Oh, it does. His leader gets mad. Leader as well, but that's a lot of carryover. That definitely weakens his round 3 a lot. So that's good. We definitely don't want this. I don't think we'll get this off, to be honest. I'd kind of rather just draw one of these cards. I don't think we're going to get it. I think it's too hopeful. Okay. He does have an ale. Yeah. It's not good though. It's not that good here. So that's better. So we got an AA for the Roegner, 1 euro for the Necro. I guess here we just start playing these.
Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Did miss the Frigate Siege Master, and we didn't get either casting contest dog in this game. So, I mean, this will really talk to the strength of the deck if it can beat out this Alchemy deck without any casting contests.
Man is an arrogant creature.
I think we take this. Let's start oil here. Also purifies that. See how many points that oil's worth? I think it's a lot. Nicely purifies the ale infusion. Back.
Freya is patient, but she brooks no insult.
I mean, that's denying bonded for another turn. An extra turn of bonded denied. Okay. I think we go here before. Wait, what are we doing? Yeah, we're nearing for Necro. We get infantry here.
Come to Pappy!
Refresh it immediately. See what he does, but he doesn't have crows to replay a Marjoram to kill this. He doesn't have leader to kill it. So I think he would have to stretch himself to kill it. We may be able to get a reinforcements off on it. Regardless, reinforcements onto PFI is not so bad. Doesn't have it, yeah. And he doesn't have bonded here. It's looking pretty good here. Take another one.
I don't want to die.
This bad boy up. We also do have last say on this run, so that's pretty good. Okay. He's got another Dwim. Imagine second Dwim here. It's quite a draw your cards deck. Going all out on these super high provision artifacts. Still fitting, squeezing Chrome other end. You must be playing just Ermion and Avalok for tutoring. You've got the daring to throw the Chrome other end in a little bit. Interesting. I'm really going for max points in the deck. I don't know. I think we might have this one. Looks like he's even looks like he's gonna discard and just give up on it. So he used 9 point final save is pretty good here. Do beat Camby. If that's a concern for anyone. Oh, but he can't even play it. He doesn't have another card in his deck, and he doesn't have last say, so the card doesn't work. God. Just an absolute crushing here. roche. Dismantled alchemy. Very nice.
I
Got
will not let
gains.
this become a second Sodom.
Now this should be a matchup that we really struggle with. This should be a matchup that should beat us quite easily. We've played well. But I don't know. We're doing pretty well. Now we do have this combo. We don't need Roegner right now. Don't need PFI, I don't think. We're missing missing siege masters, unfortunately. We're still gonna play this card regardless, I think. We do need to develop carry and such. Let's do this. Can't poison it. We can get points throughout the round. Should help us win the round. Hopefully we'll draw better siege masters in next round. Another good thing with Necro, if you do find yourself in a position, like say we draw this and one siege master next round, and like say we don't win this round and that's what we have, you have to play this to get cards, and then you draw back into this siege master. Now the second one's a brick. You can Necro another frigate, and it's not bad. Gets you the other thin, and it's kind of a strong card regardless, so it can be really good, especially in a round that you don't have. So, let's just go.
What do you want?
See what the opponent does here. Banking. Bank. Round one bank.
Unfortunately, transformation robs them of speech.
Yeah, this looks like a great oil. Fight this. This going. Yeah. Seems really good. Removes these 2 tags. It's a 2-tag card. And, you know, we need to control the round length versus a deck like this. This deck in the long round, we're not going to be able to control how many tags he has for the whole game. We can make a small impact on it, like at the beginning of this round, for instance. And after that, it's pretty much not doing anything. Okay, vastly overprofiting, so it looks like we're getting past here, which is great. I mean, there's no way to predict for sure what the opponent will do.
It is how I
But generally, you know, play like that, or you just take carryover, a card that he can probably not even trigger. Maybe he can. Maybe. Yeah. Easy pass here, and we get out cheaply, we get our combo off, we get our carryover, and now we're ready to push in hard. Macro is pretty good. Heller could come in handy, huh? Let's get rid of this. We're getting missing cards, you know, we're missing what we need, we're missing these Siege Masters. So I don't think I want this card. Then we get the Siege Master. Get in here for a couple things, get in here for Flotsam. But we do want to play 2 AAs, so maybe we just in here for Lady. Then this, but we have to draw this naturally, which is kind of scary. But we could AA into the other thing, into the frigate. Let's just do that now.
Watery tart. I'll show you.
I pass on every 10.
That's a good card to get here, especially in this round. Okay. Give the opponent a bad hand, and they just disconnecting. But yeah, we had a strong push in there, and maybe they just know that what's coming with the point slam, or they got frustrated. So yeah, we get the win there. Been doing pretty good with this, right? Deck's feeling quite strong, actually.